Welcome to a brand new podcast, and this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. You can shop online to our baby shopping mall, which is www.evolutionoflondon.com. That's our online shopping mall where we have a whole wide range of products, men's, ladies, kids' clothing, as usual, jewelry, accessories, artwork, house products, etc., etc., etc. Check out also www.evolutionoflondon.org. We have custom clothing, accessories, digital products for personal and business use. So definitely support that. Check it out. And finally, check out www.evolutionoflondon.store. STORE. There we have accessories from shea butter, soaps, movies, and again, we ship all throughout North America. So definitely support that as well. Any business inquiries for the Oracle 19 podcast, you can email us, evolutionoflondon@gmail.com, if you want to put your brand on this podcast. And it's the same email if you want to make a free will offering, which is www.evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. If you want to, again, put your brand, and if you want to send a free will offering, definitely we will appreciate that. So evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. We have different links to other affiliate marketing that we have, which is www.linktree.com/evolutionoflondon. Definitely check that out. Different links. Our internet radio, www.oracle19radio.com. So definitely check that out as well. Music. Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. You have a whole wide range of beats. So definitely support that. And once you go to the social media platform on YouTube, you see that on different other platforms as I mentioned. So definitely like, subscribe, and share. And continue on YouTube. Greatness 19. Greatness 19 is our educational channel. We have a whole wide range of videos, over 360 videos to open up your third eye. So definitely support that. We want to grow. We're in 24 countries, as I mentioned on previous shows. And we're still growing. So definitely like, subscribe, and share. And share your information with different people you know in different countries. Because we all over the world and growing. That train is rolling. So the Greatness 19 channel, like, subscribe, and share. And make sure you check your subscriptions. See if you still subscribe to the channel. And also, Mr. Evolution of London. That's our health and wellness channel. We have a whole wide range of different videos. So I need y'all guys to like, subscribe, and share to Mr. Evolution of London. That's our health and wellness channel on YouTube. This beat here is from this guy called Yogic Beats that you're hearing right now. Different flavor. You can go to him, YOGIC Beats on YouTube. He has some nice beats as you're hearing right now. So definitely check him out as well. Subscribe to his channel. Mr. Will, he's been a fitness consultant for 15 years, over 15 years. So if you want to book a consultation, email him at williesfitness99@gmail.com. That's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. So definitely support his merchandise as well. www.wjaccessories.org. It was .com in the past, but now it's org. So check out www.wjaccessories.org. There he have custom clothing, accessories, as well as digital products. So definitely support his brand. Ari Bites, Caribbean takeout restaurant located in downtown London. The address is 91 Wellington Street North. That's London, Ontario. Telephone number is 519-858-4743. They open Monday, Tuesdays, 12 to 6. Wednesdays, they close. Thursdays to Saturdays is 12 to 6 as well. And they accept all forms of payments, including Interac, MasterCard, Visa. And please note that taxes are not included. And their website is www.iribites.ca. And if you want any info at iribites.ca. And again, you can't go wrong. We do have a Patreon channel, which is www.patreon.com/Evolution London. There we have videos that is not posted on YouTube. We have digital products and consulting services as well. So definitely support that and subscribe for your monthly subscriptions. It's definitely reasonable in terms of pricing. The Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. We're on Anchor.fm, Google, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, just to name a few. Any other information I haven't mentioned will be on the Oracle 19 podcast description box, as well as the Greatness 19 channel, as finally Mr. Evolution of London. So all information that I haven't mentioned, we'll check out those 3 platforms. Okay, well, today we're going to talk about, my topic today is, and again, I always give my perspective. It is called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Now, what do I mean greatness? Now, this is for my Canadians. So my U.S. listeners and everyone around the world, just fall back and just listen to this story. But I'm going to tie it into everyone around the world. Now, this past weekend, the reason why I call it Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, there's a big company in Canada. They are a cable and internet provider, one of the largest in Canada, other than Bell. But they called Rogers Communications. And they, again, big in Canada. Rogers Communications. They deal with internet and cable providers, among other things. But that's their forte. And Friday, I believe it was Friday to even Saturday morning, but all day Friday, this past Friday, there was a big issue where it was a power outage, or internet and cable outage all throughout Canada from east to west, where people that is subscribed, or have, I should say, cable and internet set up and phone service through Rogers Communications, they wasn't able to get it. It was down from the east coast of Canada to the west coast. That's my understanding. I have a lot of Canadian friends and associates, so I get the information. And people was in a frenzy. Naturally, they couldn't go take money out at ATM machines. They couldn't go to the bank necessarily. Some of the banks, the ATM machines wasn't working properly because they affiliated with Rogers. Supermarkets was down. They only accepted cash because, again, they was affiliated with Rogers. Now, they have another company out here, Bell Communications. And people was fine. But there was a great amount of people, business as well as residential people, that they had no service. No phone, their cell phone was down, their house phones was down, their ATM, their bank card was down, so they couldn't withdraw any money. People couldn't go on the internet, etc. And this lasts for a day, I would say a day and a half. Things kind of subsided Saturday morning-ish, depending on the region in Canada you reside. The bigger cities got things back up to normal quicker. The smaller towns, it maybe took a little bit of time, but finally things got back to normal. And it was just this past weekend. So people just got in a frenzy. And again, naturally. Now, I was told previously, a couple years back, this happened to the other company, Bell, before. And it also happened with Rogers previously in the past, where they call it outages, where there was no cable and services or phone services, internet, etc. And I'm sure this even happened. This is, guys, especially in the U.S., this is equivalent to if you had AT&T, Verizon, Bell South, etc. And people around the world, just think about who is your internet provider, who's your cable company provider. So this is applicable to that. Okay, so now I painted a picture. Now, my question from me to you. Now, people running around, they couldn't get cash at the ATM. They couldn't get food. They couldn't communicate with others. And I mentioned this on the previous show about survival. What are you going to do if it happens in your region, your state, your city? In the United States, let's start with that. What would you do? How are you going to survive? Do you have enough cash in your house to last you a week? Depending how large your family is. My personal opinion, you should have at least $1,000 in your house. You should. if things go down. Because some people didn't have a dollar to their name because they used the ATM machine. And guess what? They struggled that day and a half. People didn't have their phones, their cell phone services was out. People running around. Their whole life is in that phone. How are you going to survive? Do you have enough cash? And this is applicable to people all over the world. If your bank card is down, you can't use it. You can't take out no money. You don't know what's happening. You can't go on the internet. It can expand in terms of your electricity. If there's a power outage and your electricity is down, do you have enough candles to survive 2 weeks? Let alone 1 week. Because if you get candles, average candle burn maybe a day or two. So you should figure out in your mind, do you have enough candles in each room to last you a week if you need light? Do you have enough money in your house? Cash. Cash still rules. And this is a wake-up call for people in Canada and also around the world. You should pay attention to this. Do you have enough food in your house to carry you through for a week at least? Supermarkets might shut down because everything is dealing in the digital world these days. And what you would do if the supermarket closed? And I've mentioned this before. Do you have enough food to last you at least 1 week? Do you have enough light, natural light, aka candles, to carry you through 1 week? And candles produce heat as well. So if this happens in the winter months, you have enough heat to carry you, natural heat. Do you have flashlights or flashlight? Enough batteries to last you a week? Do you have something to protect yourself? Let's say, for example, this internet situation with Rogers lasts a week and you could not go to the supermarket. Let's say that was shut down. What would you do? These things you should be thinking about. You shouldn't just not pay attention to it. I mean, there's signs all around us nowadays that things is happening and it's building. COVID, monkeypox, the war, the Russian-Iraq war, the Russian and Ukraine war. I'm thinking Iraq. Well, I'm actually thinking about Iraq and Israel probably eventually. That's where my mindset was. The Middle East versus Israel, but that's a different story. But let's continue. There's so many things happening. Gas prices, inflation, mental illness where people's losing their mind, drugs, homelessness. Now this. You have to pay attention, guys. You're going to have to start really paying attention because things is happening. And it can happen in the city near you or the town near you. or in your town, I should say, or in your city. Now, let me put on my conspiracy hat for a moment. And this could be a fantasy, but you decide. What if this was purposely done? Let's say in Canada with this Rogers outage. Just to see how the people would react. Now, I was told that this happened before. Suppose this is just a test run they do every so often, every couple of years, just to see how people would react. Suppose, because I was told, don't know how true it is, I was told that it happened to Rogers before. And also I was told by people I know in Canada that it happened with Bell Communications previously. Again, it's just hearsay. I don't know. But again, you can always Google it, right? So you can check and do your own research. But my point being, suppose this is just a test run, just to see how people react. Now, countries, government, we all know is known to put certain things out there. Test runs, I call it. Just to see how the citizens will react to a catastrophe, a situation. Is that far-fetched, what I'm saying? I mean, you decide. Things all the time is put out there. Government always stirs certain things up to get reactions from the people so they can implement new laws. New laws to control the population. Now, again, I'm just putting on my conspiracy hat. That could be far-fetched. People could say, greatness, you don't know what you're talking about. I get it. I'm just throwing it out there. But my question from me to you is, how are you going to prepare, or what are you doing to prepare for these situations? My question from me to you is, do you think it's going to be the first and last outage in Canada where internet and cable will be down? Do you think it will never happen? This situation will never happen again? Do you think that? Or how about in the U.S.? Do you think you will never, ever, ever experience a power outage where your cable and internet is down for a significant time, and it might be a regional thing, a town thing, who knows? Do you think it will never happen? Or maybe the people around the world that has listened to the show, do you think it won't ever happen in your region? That's my question from me to you. So if your answer is, if you believe that is a possibility that it can happen, so then what are you going to do from this point on? What are you putting in place? What are you going to do starting right now? And don't tell me it takes a lot of money to get these things together, because you can go to the dollar store and buy candles. And you can support Royalty 9 International. That company have luxury candles. They have luxury candles all day. Scented ones at that. Just email them. Royalty9International at gmail.com. Support them. Buy candles through them. That way you have candles. They burn like 30, I'm plugging for them, mind you. They burn over 30 hours, 30 plus hours. Don't worry, Royalty 9, I got you. See, so do you have batteries? The batteries, you can go to the dollar store. Flashlights, dollar store. You could put $5 a week. You could save $5 a week. And leave it. If you're not disciplined, put in change. Get a piggy bank. Put your change in the piggy bank. Let it build. Come on now. You gotta have some type of discipline. Yes, I know money is tight out here, but come on now. It's tight for the average person all around. You're gonna have to fundamentally discipline yourself to start saving money somehow, some way. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get yourself a piggy bank and start doing it. So therefore, if an incident happened, you have money to survive for a couple of days, or you can go to the store with cash or change and survive. Store canned goods. These things is not going to cost you hundreds of dollars. To invest in yourself, in your survival. Start looking at Army Navy stores. Google Army Navy stores in your local area. Come on now. You got to get on the ball with that. Do certain things to protect yourself if things go down. Don't just sit up and just make an excuse, I don't have no time. This is for you. You don't have time for you? This is not for me or other people. This is your survival. This is for your survival. You have to put yourself in survival mode now. You in survival mode in this society. I started you off with the Canadian Rogers Communications, and I brought it into survival because that's really what this topic is about. Not relying on another party because they're a big conglomerate and thinking that they won't shut down the system or things can't happen, quote unquote. See, so you got to pay attention to what's around you. Because guess what? If these situations happen, which they will in the future, you can bank on that. Somewhere around the world or in your area, these things is going to come to you. And you're going to have to deal with it. So you can't sit up and say, woe is me, I ain't going to worry about it. When it comes, it comes. If you want to take that attitude, that's on you. But for all of my other citizens out here, you better prepare properly. This is just a little microcosm of what things can occur in your region. So guess what? Pay attention. Thank you for listening.